Hi guys, welcome to volume 35 of Buster's Book Reviews. Now I know it's been a while since me and Chris got some videos up, but lately it's either been flooding like the Old Testament or hot as all Hades outside in Alabama. No in between, so it's kind of hard to get out and do videos, which is appropriate because in this book we're doing, they're going through a heat wave. Now if you recall, back in volume, I want to say it was volume 15 maybe. We did a book called A Thin Dark Line by Tami Hoag. Well, this is the sequel to that book. It's called The Boy. Okay, it takes place about 5 years later after the first book, and Annie and Nick are married and they got a little boy. But he's not the boy that this is titled after. But they got a kid. Now, Nick is all stressed out. They've been fussing. Their marriage is going through some rocky time. And the heat don't help. And Nick is going through a case where this autistic girl got like molested. And he can't figure out who done it. And the family's riding him. Everybody's riding him to figure it out. But he can't figure it out. So he's going through a lot of stress. And he's blaming himself and everything. Well, to make things worse, they get a call that this girl, this woman at the beginning was running and she was bloody and she nearly got hit by a car, and they help her and they take her to the hospital. Well, they get word that a little boy has just been murdered. So Nick goes there, and the little boy's laying there in his pajamas, just a bloody mess, stabbed to death God knows how many times, and horrible. He sees his own little kid in the same kind of pajamas, you know, and this gets to him. And to make things even worse, the situation just keeps better and better. The old sheriff is retired, and a new one comes in that has come in that Nick don't like because he's kind of a douchebag. Okay, he's not kind of a douchebag, he's a major douchebag. Well, him and Nick get into cussing contests, and the sheriff brought in his own crime scene unit and brought in one of his old an old deputy from the old force he was from. And he's the new one, and him and Nick don't get along any better than they do. And they're always cussing at each other. And guy don't want to do his job halfway decent the way Nick wants him to. But anyway, so Annie's a detective now, just like Nick. So they go with the other detectives, and the book goes through trying to figure out who killed the little boy, and the woman. They have to question a woman at the hospital about everything, and it's just about a murder. The murder of the little boy is what this focuses around, the whole case. And you got other characters too, like Chaz, who's Nick's partner, as to this. And let's see, the sheriff is marrying this woman and her son, who's a timid little guy, real shy and sickly, and not living up to the manly image that the new sheriff wants him to be. So that's kind of what it goes through. So I can't really tell you any more without ruining the book, but that's the general plot of it. I gave this book 5 stars because I think you'd have to be an idiot to give this book any lower than 3 stars at least, because I saw there was a few minor 1-star reviews. I don't know how you could get that. This is great writing. The character of Nick 4K is incredibly funny. I want to read all of his dialogue in this French accent, you know. And but it's a great book. It's just as good, if not better, than the first one was. And I hope she keeps coming out with these. So that's The Boy, and in my book I give it 5 stars. But I would recommend you read A Thin Dark Line first, because that's the first one. But if you have read it, go ahead and grab this one. Alright, as you can hear, maybe there's thunder coming around. It's probably going to flood again, which ain't going to cool it off anymore. But that'll do it for this video. And as Chris always says, yeah, go out and buy his books. As I always say, buy his books, and you can get them free with Kindle Unlimited. And they're on Kindle and all that jazz. Subscribe to the channel, and happy reading.